unto me both in Jerusalem and in Judea and in Samaria and unto the uttermost parts of the earth. If I was to grab a topic,
talk about it.
I was to grab something to tickle your fancy with, I would form it by saying, do you have the power of the witness?
Glory. Come on. That's all right.
All right. Look at your neighbor and tell your neighbor, do you have the power of the witness? Now don't get mad because somebody asks you, do you have, y'all sit down, the power of the witness? Well, see, because you can tell the way church folks act when somebody asks them something that they do not have an answer for. They begin to look at you funny because of the fact they cannot identify with what you are saying. Well, I found something out in the church. For some reason, the church has lost the power that God has given us. Right. The church has gotten weak now. We've gotten into a modern age, a modern time, where the church does not form the way we used to form. The church don't do the, I'm going to preach now, I'm getting happy already. The church don't do what it used to do. You know, when the church first was formed, they had power. They had power to cast out the devil. They had power to overcome trials. They had power to overcome their situations. But now, the church has become lazy, tired, down, and depressed. Soon as something hit them, they're ready to get out of the fight. Soon as something started in their life, they're ready to throw in the towel. Soon as trouble begin to rise, they want to turn back around. But let me tell you something. When you get Jesus on the inside, I feel like preaching. As soon as you get Jesus on the inside, it ought to change something in your life and make you stand up when you want to sit down. Make you stand up when you want to sit down. Make you want to run on even though your legs feel like they're tired. That thing on the inside of you will make you do right. God, you want to do wrong. That thing will make you live holy even though you don't feel like it. Y'all ain't going to say that. That thing ought to do something that changes your outfit, changes your mindset about the past, the way you used to live. That thing ought to do something for you to make you want to be committed to God. So when I began to read this text, I began to look at this thing and see that Jesus had just got the church together. Well, and he had just given them instruction on how the church ought to be. But for some reason, everybody did not get what he was trying to do here in Acts. See, even though we got Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, Acts really start the beginning of the church. Y'all ain't gonna say nothing in here. Luke, according to the theologian, Luke was the writer of Acts. Luke began to write about the things of Jesus and what took place with Jesus, and he began to tell us what we ought to do when it comes down to serving Jesus. Come on with it. We had instructions on what we shall get in order to be a better witness in this world. See, we needed this witness because the world was going to begin to change. Things were going to begin to take place in the world that would sometimes drop you and knock you out of the fight. And so you needed this holy thing to hold you up in the midst of the storm. You needed this holy thing to cause you to live right even when you wanted to live wrong. But what happens in the church now, we don't want the Holy Ghost because, God, I feel like preaching now. We don't want the Holy Ghost because the Holy Ghost will go down into those crevices that we had hidden far too long. Y'all ain't gonna say that in here. See, because when you get the Holy Ghost will begin to go down in those hidden secret compartments. You know what the Holy Ghost will do. It'll make you get rid of Joe, even though you still want to live there with Joe and not being married to Joe, knowing that you're married to Joe. Y'all ain't gonna talk to me in here. That Holy Ghost thing down on the inside, it'll make you do right when you want to do wrong. But some of us, God help me here, some of us, we don't want the Holy Ghost. And some of us treat the Holy Ghost like a holy guest. Y'all ain't gonna say that. God, I feel like preaching right now. Help me, Holy Ghost. Some of us treat the Holy Ghost like a holy guest. You know what we do with holy guests. When we invite them into our homes, we tell them this is the guest bedroom. Y'all ain't gonna talk to me here. Listen here now. We tell them this is the guest bathroom. We tell them this is the kitchen. This is the refrigerator. You can have anything in the refrigerator, but listen, over here is the master bedroom. Y'all ain't gonna talk to me in here. Over here's the master bedroom. Over here, this is my domain. This is my private place. This is where I belong. You can't come in here now. And that's the same way we treat the Holy Ghost. You come into church every time the church doors is open. You come into the house of God. I feel like preaching Jesus. We'll come into the house of God and we'll put on for the show tonight. Y'all ain't gonna say nothing here. You know we know how to do it. The church folks know how to do it. We know how to hook him aside. He coming on a Honda. Y'all ain't gonna say nothing in here. We know how to lift up our hands when the music is right. We know how to cut a step when the music is right. But we don't know how to live saved and sanctified when we leave the house of God. Y'all ain't gonna say nothing in here. Hold on, I can't birth the baby yet. Let me talk for a minute. Listen, when you get the Holy Ghost on the inside, the Holy Ghost will teach you how to come in and how to leave. The Holy Ghost will teach you how to come in and how to go out. You ain't gonna come in here any kind of way. When you in the house of God, you ought to know how the Bible says to behave ourselves in the household of prayer. But some of us, because we ain't got the Holy Ghost down on the inside, yeah, God, I feel like it now. Some of us ain't got the Holy Ghost on the inside. So what happened is we come in the house of God any kind of way. We don't care how we come in the house of God. If somebody say, sit right here, the first thing we say, you ain't my mama. Y'all ain't gonna talk to me here. You ain't got too dignified on me now. We treat folks bad when we come in the house of God because we ain't got the Holy Ghost. See, the Holy Ghost is supposed to be a witness. I'm like preaching Jesus. The Holy Ghost is supposed to be a witness. You can't have a witness that don't testify who you are. Not only do your witness testify who you are, it'll tell you I got their back all the way. I got their back all the way. No matter what you say, I know them. And they ain't like what you say they are. They're different than what. See, when you got a witness will stand up when everybody else look at you funny. Y'all ain't gonna talk. A witness would tell everybody else, I know the character, I know who they are, and you ain't gonna talk about them any kind of way because they're really saved. When you got the power of the witness, sometimes you ain't got to say nothing to defend yourself. When you come around, folks that take knowledge of you that you've been with Jesus because they recognize the power of the witness. The power of the witness will make you sit down when everybody else trying to stand up, and everybody will recognize there's something about them that's different. But it's a shame when you come into the house of God and you don't know the saints than the ain'ts. Y'all ain't gonna say nothing here because sometimes the ain't look just like the saints. Y'all ain't gonna say that. Y'all ain't gonna talk to me here. I'm gonna preach anyhow. I feel the anointing. Yeah, you know how it is. Those ain'ts look just like saints. They got on the long dresses, and I keep telling folks long dresses come up just as fast as short dresses. Y'all ain't gonna say nothing in here. Y'all ain't gonna talk to me in here. They look like they got it going on the inside, but they're full of dead men bones. It's because the power of the witness is not on the inside. You got a lot of leaders that know how to preach Every time we come into the house of God, we ought to come into the house of God with a praise on our lips and a dance in our feet. Y'all ain't gonna say nothing. Every time you press the doors of the church, you ought to come in giving God some praise. You ought to act just like shouting John. Somebody gotta come and sit you down. It's because the glory of God. Every time you come into the presence of God, all you want to do is just worship God in the beauty of holiness. But you get around these old dead ain'ts, and the dead ain'ts will make you sit down. Because as soon as you stand up, they'll look at you with the funny eye. As soon as you're ready to give God a dance, they'll try to hold you down. Y'all ain't gonna talk to me in here. See, those ain'ts remember your past, and they don't want you to walk in your future. So they want to keep you bound by the rules and regulations of the world. Because they don't want you to get delivered. They know as soon as you get delivered, that's when your breakthrough really gonna come. And that's when your blessing begins to flow. Y'all ain't gonna talk to me in here. If you really want to be blessed, go to God and get a breakthrough. Because when you get your breakthrough, that's when God can trust you. Y'all ain't gonna talk to me in here. When you get your breakthrough, that's when God can really trust you. God can't trust you right now because you still